The wind howled across the Wyoming plains like a wounded animal, carrying snow that stung like needles. In the fading light of a late autumn afternoon in 1887, a lone figure huddled beside the empty stagecoach road, half buried in a drift. Her name was Eliza Thorne, though the bruises on her face and the torn dress made her look more like a ghost than a bride. Eliza had left Philadelphia 3 months earlier, answering an advertisement from a man named Roy Harlan, who promised a ranch, security, and a new life far from the fists of her drunken stepfather. She had believed the letters, the careful promises. But when she stepped off the stagecoach in the tiny town of Willow Creek, Roy had taken one look at her, slender, quiet, with eyes that had seen too much, and decided she wasn't worth the trouble. He had dragged her behind the livery stable, beaten her until she could barely stand, then left her there with a curse and a kick. "Ain't no use for weak ones out here," he snarled before riding off into the dusk. Now she sat shivering, her carpetbag clutched like a lifeline, blood frozen on her split lip. The cold seeped into her bones, whispering that this was the end. No one would come. No one ever had. Caleb Hayes rode the ridge trail home from checking his hurt when he spotted the dark shape against the white. At first he thought it was a lost calf or a discarded coat. Then he saw the movement, a small, trembling hand pushing snow from a face. He urged his horse down the slope, heart thudding. Up close, the sight hit him like a punch, a young woman, no more than 25, battered and abandoned like trash on the prairie. Her dress was thin cotton, useless against the wind. One eye was swollen shut, purple marks bloomed across her cheek and neck. "Hey there," he said softly, dismounting. His voice was low, steady the way he talked to skittish foals. "You hurt bad." She flinched at the sound, curling tighter. "Go away," she whispered, voice cracked. "Please, just leave me." Caleb knelt a respectful distance away, hands visible. He was tall, broad-shouldered, with weathered lines around his eyes from too many hard winters and too few soft moments. His ranch lay 5 miles north, a modest spread he'd built alone after the war took his brother and his illusions. He didn't trust people easily, but he couldn't ride past this.